welcome back to another video. It's Miss Tiff, your favorite lockologist and fairy lock mother, here with Locc'd In Salon. Before we get into the topic of this video, let me show y'all this table I'm going to be using while I work, because I already know somebody is going to ask. Now, Nutri has outdone themselves again with this handy table that can turn a styling chair into a station. It's helpful for me on this side of my salon because these are left-handed stations and my stylists are all right-handed. Now they can work without reaching across themselves to get to their products and clips and such. It has a place for a blow dryer and curling irons and even a place to separate braiding hair. You can adjust the height and what side is closest to you. And it easily connects to the base of the chair. Well, kind of easy. You see, I was struggling to connect it at first. Putting it together was easy. Just 4 screws into the base of the table, but connecting it to the chair was a little more tricky. Trying to balance it on another chair while I did the screws wasn't working at all. I fancy myself Superwoman, and I hate asking for help, but I asked my client to hold it for me, and it was a breeze after that. If you like it like I do, get you one at the link in the description box.
Thank you very much. I'm gonna take this thing off. You don't need this anymore.
Now, on to the topic of this video. Let me tell y'all something. I almost canceled this appointment because when my client walked in, I knew something was wrong. I was supposed to be doing starter locks on this day. And honestly, I should have known to expect some shenanigans because of last time. See, about 10 months ago, this young man already came in and got starter locks. Now, the booking site informs all starter locks to be sure to comb their hair out thoroughly within 24 hours of their starter lock appointment. And I try to remind them at the time of booking as well to comb the hair out thoroughly before they come in. That's because hair sheds daily. And if it's been 2 weeks since it was last combed out, it's going to make a long appointment even longer. Comb outs take time to do properly, and it has a cost to it. Well, on his first starter lock appointment, when he arrived, I was tempted to cancel that day as well. Why, you ask? Well, the hair looked like it hadn't been combed out in at least a month. When I asked him if he realized he was supposed to comb it out, he said he did, and he thought he had combed it out effectively. Needless to say, he had not. So I informed his mom that I would have to perform a comb out first in order to even be able to install the starter locks, and she confirmed. It took me quite a while longer than we originally booked for, but I was able to get his hair combed out and the starter locks installed just fine. Fast forward a week later, his mom informs me he wants the top done differently. He wanted a middle part. Did he tell me he wanted a middle part when I originally did them? Nope. But y'all know I start locks based on curl pattern, curl size, and hair density anyway. Everyone doesn't end up with a perfect middle part. I was certain the sizes were correct, so changing it could be difficult, but I told her so, and also that I would attempt to change it at his next appointment. Well, I don't think that I was available when it was time for him to get back in, so they booked with another stylist in my salon. And while she is good at her job, you should never have one stylist make adjustments to another stylist's work in this type of situation. In her effort to make the middle part, she adjusted some of the partings and some of them ended up being slightly larger than they should have been. If I had done it, I would actually have made some of them smaller than they need to be, since that has a better chance of longevity. Locks bigger than the curl pattern tend to unravel and break off faster than those that are too small. But anyway, the day it was done, he loved it, and he continued to go to the other stylist for maintenance. But it was only a matter of time before the hair locked up, and once it did, it was apparent that some of his locks in the top were too big. They constantly unraveled, and they were bigger than the others, and he decided he didn't like it, and he wanted to fix them. I gave him and his mom 2 options. One was for me to reconstruct them, which would be to make adjustments to the top only. I use a blade and crochet tools to do this, and it is kind of extreme, but not nearly as extreme as the other option. The other option was for them or me to comb out the locks he didn't like and start those over, smaller, with a middle part. They opted for option 3, that I didn't offer, by the way. They wanted to comb out the entire head and start over. I'm honestly not sure why, but I think it was because I informed them that for a couple months there would be starter locks on top and fully matured locks underneath. I don't see that as a big deal, but I get it. They didn't want to do that. Once I estimated how much time and money it would cost for me to comb out the whole head, they decided it would be best to do it at home. I said, okay. When I saw the booking request for starter locks, I figured they got the deed done and were ready for the new journey. I was wrong. He showed up just how you saw at the shampoo bowl. Top looked to be combed out, but sides and back were still fully locked. We did a quick consultation where we decided to do the original option 2, retwist the back and the sides and do starter locks in the top only. No way did I have time to comb out the sides and back with fully matured locks. So I went to work, shampooing and conditioning as I would for starter locks. But while shampooing, I noticed at the top, the hair wasn't as loose as it should have been, and I wasn't able to comb through it at all. Once I got back to the chair, upon further inspection, the hair in the front hadn't been combed out well at all, and there were basically still locks up there, but loosened, so now they were pretty much matting all together. A disaster. I tried to start combing them out by myself, one by one, but it was going to take a very long time, and I didn't have time on my side on this day. So I decided to go ahead and do the original option 1 I gave them. Reconstruct the entire top with a middle part and smaller locks. It would actually be a bit easier since it was partially combed out. I attempted to explain it to the young man, and he didn't understand at all and was getting anxious. He then said I should just retwist the back and leave the front a mess, and he would go home and try to comb it out again, which I thought was insane because A, how it would look crazy, and B, the fact that he's proven on multiple occasions that he has no idea what he's doing when it comes to combing hair out. I think he was afraid of the blade and the thought that there would be any cutting at all. I explained it to him and urged him to let me, the professional, do what it is that I do, and assured him that I could get him the look he was going for without him having to do anything else to it. He'd leave today with the look he desired. He reluctantly agreed, and if you watch the rest of this video, you will see how it all turned out. Talking about it has given me a headache again, and that is not awesome. So I think I'm going to call it. Be sure to like this video if you support my content and subscribe to the page. If you have any questions about what I'm doing, leave it in the comments and I'll be sure to reply. If you know someone who needs this service, send them my way. loccdin.org and all of my contacts are in the description box. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys again on the next one. Bye.
All right, so I feel like you're forgetting the thing again. So I think you're forgetting again. So when I push, I want you to stay put. And then when I pull, I want you to stay put. Yeah. Pull against me. It feels like we fighting. That's okay. Not to where your head is leaning away, but just to where your hair is still in the straight ahead position. We're almost done. Actually, I feel like this is better than doing starter locks because we didn't have the whole head, so that was gonna look crazy for a little while. Not forever, but for a little while. It was gonna be like, boy, what are you doing? But instead, we have a finished product. Still gotta go through the locking situation again. Don't forget that. Don't forget these are not done. This is what I do to people that have been freeform their whole lock life.
Yeah.
And then they finally decide that they want parts.
Yeah.
This is kind of the procedure. This is basically the procedure.
Alright.
So, yeah. Not the plan, but still, I think it worked out good. Because this is way better than what it would have looked like with half and half.
Wait, but now it's like every 2 weeks again?
You probably can push it to 3. Play it by ear. Depends on how it looks. If it ends up getting wet, you're gonna need to come in right away. But if you keep it dry, you might be able to pull off 4 or 5 weeks. But yeah, if you can't, just, I mean, when you see it, if it starts looking too rough, come in. Make an appointment. You're like, Mom, I can't let it go bad. I don't want it to end up back how it was.
Gotcha.
So, but no, you should be able to do 4 weeks easy.
For the shower, should I do like a do-rag instead of like the shower cap?
I hate the shower cap. Shower cap collects steam, makes it get wet. It does the opposite of what you want it to do. Do-rag only, and then don't get it under the water, basically.
Yeah.
Use a do-rag, but then don't put it under the water.
And if it does, keep the do-rag on, put the towel on it. If you got a hair dryer, probably do that.
Yeah.
All right.
Keep the do-rag on and let it dry. Hello. All right. Yeah. We had a bit of a change of plans. So they got to get thicker again, but they're not going to be that as thick as they were. So good.
Yeah, it's good.
Good. I like it. Now you just need a lineup. You'll be fresh.
Yeah, because right now I got whatever it is.
Yeah. I think it's perfectly what they need to fix it. All right. Yep. I think it looks good. This is what I had planned. What I was trying to explain to you, but it's hard to explain when you don't know, you know what I'm saying? You get it. You get it. All right. Your mom already paid. You're good to go. Thank you, sir. Have a great, I don't know. Is it the weekend?
Should I shake your hand and sit up? All right.
See you next time.
Oh, you forgot me.
4 weeks or so. Oh, yeah, you're going to need that. It's freezing outside. You need more than that, actually.
Oh, yeah, I'm going to hop right in.
And that's how it's done. You know what I'm saying? Bye.